Hey there, Scorpio. It's Jen here. I'm doing your mid-December check-in. Just a reminder, we have I think I totally blew past this in the general December readings, but on December 14th is the new moon solar eclipse in Sag. And on the December 21st, on the solstice, we have that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, which is a big deal. And I forgot to say in the other signs, that full moon in Cancer on the 30th. So I did some channeling first and got some interesting downloads here. The first thing I heard was don't leave anything on the table. And I know that's a saying, and I'm not 100% sure I know what that means. So I guess tying up loose ends, kind of making maybe a clean break. But I don't think that's exactly what that saying means. So if that means something to you, look it up. It also could be like someone who's really OCD and just nitpicks. Don't leave that there. Don't leave that on the table. I don't know what pick your plate up. Like, I don't know, someone who's always sort of barking orders or critiquing or fussing. And this was really interesting. It said, is someone making you unhappy? Or are you unhappy? And it's just something, interesting to think about. So I see lots of communication with your family of origin. And then I was like, okay, origin, original, and got works of art, branding. You may develop an online presence. You may teach online. So maybe you make YouTube videos, teach online classes, tutoring, coaching. But I see those as being sort of two different streams of income or things you're doing. So you may realize, okay, if I'm going to make some money off of this, I need to have an online store, a storefront, Etsy, whatever your thing is. So we see a crossroads, a choice that will need to be made. It's something that has to do with the home or the heart or health, your foundation. Really seeing the mind-body connection, that if your mind is unhappy, you are not truly healthy. So, sorry, even if you're, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Even if you are skinny or whatever, if mentally your brain, you know how we all do this, our brain just sort of focuses on negativity or gets in that circular thought pattern of negative things, or we just focus on negative things. For whatever reason, that seems to be the human default. I don't know if it's fight or flight. And so we think, oh, something that hurt. It's almost like it gets confused. There's not actually a predator. I mean, some of you may live where there's predators, but you don't literally have to be on guard that someone's going to jump out and eat you. But, and I don't even know if this is true, but this is just what I think, but it seems plausible that we have certain situations that happen, traumas in our childhood or whatever, where we think, okay, that hurt us. It's our brain doesn't get the difference between this saber-toothed tiger. Like, do we live with saber-toothed tigers? This lion's going to come out and eat me versus I didn't like how I felt. I was embarrassed in this situation, and somehow it just sits in us, and we don't even know that there's this trauma that makes us not open up our hearts in relationships, that makes us focus on the negative because maybe we're criticized all the time, so we're always trying to be perfect because it's uncomfortable to have a parent criticize you all the time. Some situation happened, and sometimes even now it's horrific and traumatic. And sometimes we can look at it and say, when that happened to me when I was 11, yes, that seemed like a really big thing, and it set in me, I'm never going to do this or whatever. But as an adult in a different context with more life experience, if you are able to examine some of those things, potentially you can say, oh, okay, I got fixed somewhere and it doesn't really make sense now, and then be able to let it go. I see you being extremely creative, innovative. This is that Aries, Aquarius energy. Sorry, Aries may be important. Aquarius energy. And God, I woke up with some acne, which is really weird. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So creativity, innovative, that Aquarius with the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. Like I have this creativity, I got to pay my bills. How do we have it both ways? But just having a lot of energy and making things happen, and like something's really lit a fire under you. I wonder if we'll get fire cards. Probably not, because I said something about it. You're just really taking action. Okay, read what you wrote, Jen. Taking action, making the best of a situation. You probably won't want to admit. So if something ends and it's a change that you don't feel like you got a good vote in, which sometimes even if it's sometimes just not being in control of things that happen make it suck, you know what I mean? Because like, even if it's I don't know. But I feel like on some level, if you allow yourself, you will be relieved or happy. It was almost like some of you were waiting someone out to see who will blink first. And it maybe somehow relieves responsibility, because although not making a choice is making a choice. Is that a Rush song? You still, I think it is. What's that song? Time Stands Still. There's something about a real thing about time through all these readings. Choosing acceptance over resistance to change. All right, so let's jump into the cards. Here's some for our mid-December check-in. Wow, the Magician. Here's that energy. Here's the making things happen. It could be crafts. Could be a home business, an online business. I could see her getting along well with Scorpio, because they're grounded. They're, earth signs in general are more fixed and practical, and like things to be a certain way. The Magician says you have everything. You were born with everything you need to be happy. You have everything to be happy, because happiness lives within you. And you just have to figure out the combination of how to live your life to make that happen. Also, very entrepreneurial encompasses to me all of the aces. And you have everything to manifest, to make things happen. It's a very entrepreneurial spirit. Starting a new business, any sort of new endeavor, having the energy and skills to make it happen. Yeah, she's working from home. She likes to make a house a home now, and she runs an efficient household. This does have a real sort of artistic lean to it, this card. It could also be an earth sign that is significant this month. We do move into Capricorn right around the solstice. So that could, this is a very this is Jupiter Saturn conjunction here. Yeah, let's make it happen, but let's be methodical and careful about it, and make sure we can balance those two energies out. The Wheel, and I'm going to look at this one together, and the Four of Swords. Things are changing. I feel like the Four of Swords is saying, just be zen about it. Allow, and just say, observe, and try to, it's like a surrender. Things are changing, fortunes are changing, wheels are turning. It looks like a clock to me. Again, that time. All the zodiac signs. This also, the Wheel of Fortune, reminds you, if you're at the top of the wheel, you're great, but if you're on the bottom, you'll get crushed. And here you're trying to stay on top. Here you're trying to claw your way back to the top. But if you can live in centered, grounded, meditative, Zen, focusing on your inner peace and happiness, you don't get as caught up in the things going on around you that you really can't control. Meditation, doing whatever this thing is that makes you feel really grounded and feed your soul. Think about water, maybe painting water, salt baths, listening to water. Maybe you like to meditate, have some sort of water feature, and have I don't even know, I forgot I have it. If you can hear can't really hear it. I have one of those sound machine things that I just like to have on when I'm meditating, just to Three of Swords, okay, and the Eight of Wands. It's really interesting. So the Three of Swords could be heart issues, could be heartache, heartbreak, jealousy. It's an interesting card because, there's a heart here with the swords in it. So, but swords cards are thoughts. They're air. It's an air sign. And hearts is really more with the emotion, with the cup. So it's always interesting to me why this card is read more as a cup card than as a sword card. But if you think about things like heartache, especially jealousy is in the brain. It really is, because I've had things in the past when I was younger with boyfriends and I was jealous because they were up to no good. I'm just going to be honest. But I could be really jealous of them and then finally get my head wrapped around it and be over it, and I don't feel anything towards them. So it's something about our perspective, control, cords, feeling tied, feeling possessive of someone that needs to happen in order to for our brains to, have that thought or the feeling. I don't know. So exploring issues here kind of is reminding me that a part of you is relieved. So maybe in retrospect, well, we have not been happy. This Eight of Wands shows moving forward really quickly, finding new love, making a plan, putting things in action, jumping into high gear, just really, this could be new love, arrows of love coming in, meeting someone new. Maybe you're devastated and then, holy shit, this person comes in and they seem way more suited for me. Or something like that, and say, okay, well then stop. Let's move on. You're just making a real conscious effort not to stay stuck. Ace of Swords, getting really clear about what's most important and letting go, cutting away all the other emotional things. Again, that jealousy, emotional things we attach to situations that cloud our thinking, cloud what's really important, And the Ace of Swords cuts that all away and says, what's the bottom line? What is the most important thing? And let's focus on that, because the other stuff is background noise and distraction and fear-based and doesn't really help us. So you have the Magician twice. This is beautiful. I'm going to create, I'm going to move forward. It's almost like you're getting a clean slate in some area. And it's like, wow, it's exciting. It's a do-over, a clean slate. I can now create what I want. Yeah, so I mean, that could be career. Maybe you had a coworker or a boss that was really controlling or holding you back, and obstacles have been removed so that you can really let yourself shine. Or maybe, again, a home business where you can really take the reins and let your creative flag fly. And you also get to do what you want to do and focus just on you. But not for long, because this Eight of Wands is really coming in. I almost see that. I mean, I see the Magician strongly. This Ace is strong, but this Eight of Wands, I think, is going to maybe take you by surprise and happen very quickly. Yeah, this higher row here is really interesting. It's being zen, calming the mind, allowing new great things to come in, and even be the driving force behind manifesting. And these are more, except for this one, you can't control the things that are spinning around you. You can just stay centered. How much time and energy should we focus on things? It's not that you want to be in denial or not deal with the things and process things, but we have to get clear on what's most important moving forward. It's clearing some obstacle for you. Or it's getting very clear in your head what is most important for you. Okay. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful December. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Take care.